Peace and blessings to you, beloved. It is what it is. I hope you're out there using those universal health precautions, huh? Keeping yourself safe and secure, huh? Still using the precautions, you know what I mean? Because they don't have people lax to the point where it's ridiculous right now. You know what it is. Same thing it was 2 years ago. People ain't believing. So let them get vaccinated, unvaccinated, reinfected, different strands. They got a P strand of a virus now over there in Brazil. They got this strand over here. They got a New York strand over here. And people just run around, like I said, chickens with their head cut off. But let them have their fun. If you know better, you better be doing these immuno boosters, right? Immuno boosters and taking superfuel, right? And if you don't know what that is, that's vitamin C, zinc, all that stuff that builds up your immune system, okay? So you don't become susceptible to viruses and stuff like that, right? You want me to recap for you? There's only three things that's happening right now. There's colds, flus, and viruses. And guess what? You can get all three of those all year round. All year round. The only way you can get those three things, cold, flu, or virus, is what? You have to come in contact with somebody who has it. Don't touch surfaces, or it's airborne in an enclosed area. So use universal health precautions and act like you know, beloved. They ain't telling me nothing that I don't know. So let's get down to the subject at hand. We're going to have a subject on the descendants of slavery today. That's right. You're getting tired of hearing it, right? But it's some things that has to be said unapologetically black to these people and the powers that be. So let's get down to it. This is posterity, that's fact. Mark the timeline of what I'm telling you on this feed right now. So listen up very closely. You had 185 years of law enforcement overseeing and slave catching. You understand what I'm saying? They done raped, robbed, and murdered so many black bodies, it ain't funny, beloved. It ain't funny, beloved. I don't know any way to put it up to you, all right? So here's what we're dealing with right now. That's why I said I want to make this one, and you date it for my timeline to understand. I put the information up of the sister who, she's a lawyer, by the way. She ain't no sister just running her mouth. She deal with these people on the level and see the shenanigans and nonsense they're doing. She puts the feed up, send me the feed, and I share it with everybody I can think of. Say, listen, you need to listen to this before these people pass down this decision and this George Floyd stuff and all these other cases. You need to really listen to this stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Because he who makes the law breaks the law, beloved. They made up all this nonsense. So you sitting there content and paying attention to what's being said and yada, yada, yada. But you got to understand, he who makes the laws break the laws. And when they break the laws, there's no consequences for them. Why? Because it's people of black skin, the descendants of slavery. It was never here to safeguard you or to make sure you feel safe. That's not what the police and these law enforcement agencies are here for. And if you keep running around thinking they're here safeguarding you to keep you safe and all that, you better go read their information again. They're not here for that. They ain't here to enforce the laws, okay? And these laws consist of quality of life, or what they deem illegal, or whatever deem they have for black people, people of burnt skin. Let's get down to it. So you had 276 years of slavery, and for 185 years of that, you had these people robbing, raping, and doing everything to black bodies. And I said black bodies, because we're going to get to the heart of the matter now, all right? So when I say anchor babies and usurpers, the first anchor babies over here was European people, beloved. They were European and Indo-European people. Most of y'all don't know the history of the United States and all that. This was not so Sebastian place where they discovered or whatever. When they got here, people with burnt skin was here already. They was here already. They just figured out a way to rape, rob, and murder to whatever point and give you an alternate timeline, and you can't even think of nothing before 1492, let alone the 1200s. You can't even think. When they give you a reference point, like I said before, you go back to 1492 in Columbus. You don't know nothing about 1313, 1212. 1111, these were years when they was doing some horrific things to black bodies, beloved. That's why they don't want you to know. The information would be so horrific and horrible. Who knows what these people, you would think people would get pissed off after this so-called kabuki theater with all this nonsense they doing with these trials. Okay? But let's be realistic. No disrespect to the ones that lost their lives and loved ones they lost. But all these people keep doing is give a settlement, put some legislation on the book, and then they track out these people who talk all this nonsense. Then we waiting around for the next victim. You know it's true. So let's get down to it. So now they want us to sit here and listen to Kabuki theater, and they bring in all these people to talk a bunch of nonsense. Now, what are we talking about in 2021 right now? Don't believe what your lying eyes see. It's on the camera. You see the man murdering them, but they literally gonna have a trial about this. Can you believe that? Yes, I do believe it. Why? Because this has been they set up the whole time, beloved. Anchor baby after anchor baby, usurper after usurper, right? And then they get us in the position where we at. And then the descendants of slaves, we are passe, beloved. We are passe now. You see? They got these anchor babies and usurpers all out running around. They don't respect black people. You can tell who they are, beloved. Ask them. The next time you're walking down the street anywhere, you see a person of color, ask them, are you black? And if they not paying attention or don't care what you talking about, they're gonna say, what? No, I don't know what you're talking about. Leave me alone. Or they're gonna say, they ain't gonna even say nothing. They're gonna just keep it moving. But if one of them stop and you say, excuse me, let me ask you a question. What? Are you black? They're gonna say, what do you mean? Like, do you consider yourself black? Yes, I consider myself black. But you know deep in the heart, when they get in front of a Caucasian person, they ain't gonna tell them they black. They're gonna say, no, I'm Caribbean. I'm Indo-European. I'm this, I'm that. And they're going to say everything except black. Why? Because they don't want to associate it with black people. They just want to get here, get the resources, right? They hope all the black people get killed, locked up, thrown in jail, whatever, die from coronavirus, because they got a whole slew of anchor babies and usurpers waiting to take the descendants of slavery place. I'm going to say it again. If they got 11 million undocumented people walking around in the United States right now, there's 22 million outside the United States waiting to take you and my place. You don't like the resource the United States giving out? They will appreciate it. You don't like the fact that you live in a place where they got running water and toilets? They appreciate it. You understand what I'm saying? And who are they? The anchor babies and usurpers. They're every color under the rainbow, but they don't consider themselves black, beloved. And you have to understand that. So when they sitting here talking about people of color, that's the old trickeruo. When they start talking about people that's minority, that's the old trickeruo. You understand what I'm saying? They getting ready for the everything but black situation. You understand what I'm saying? You know what time it is. Now let me get down to my last part of this. We're in a 2021 situation where people want stuff. People want nice this, nice that. And why not, beloved? Nobody puts you on earth to suffer. You want to have the good things in life, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you got to understand, karma is this. What's given to you is given to the creator of all things holy and righteous. And it's only on loan. Everything that you have is on loan, or what we call stewardship. Let me say it closely again so you comprehend this. Anything that you have or accomplish in your life, you are the steward of someone else's, as I say, shoulders that you stand on. You see what I'm saying? So what you're given is only for you to use the betterment of yourself and other people. And if you need proof of that fact, think about it this way. No matter how much you got, no matter how much you do, when you leave this realm of what we call life, you take nothing with you. You leave it to someone else. That's what they call stewardship. You understand what I'm saying? Prayers go up, blessings come down. You are the steward of those blessings. So I don't care how much money, property, whatever you get. The deal is you don't get out of life unless you die, beloved. And you don't take nothing, but you come in the world naked, you leave naked, beloved. So don't run around here chasing people and they ideologies and they materialistic nonsense, because it's only a stewardship from the creator up above of all things holy and righteous. For he who is given much comes much responsibility. And if you don't keep up your part of the bargain, it's called karma. You be exposed for what you is right out in the opening. And let me tell you about karma again before I get off here. Karma doesn't have to put a hand on you or make anything happen. You'll hear about it down the road. You'll hear about it down the road. Karma has a way of sneaking up on you and come right back to you. And people will hear about it later on and be like, why did that happen? Because of karma. Because of your karma. What you do, nobody don't know but you and the creator know. And karma will catch up on you and put it right out there for everybody to see it. Karma. So with that said, like I said, I done broke down these 3 things to you, man. Put it on a timeline, and when they make this decision on all these cases of black bodies being continuously murdered, raped, and robbery, you can sit there in shock and awe, and they can tell you that your lying eyes are not seeing what it's seeing, and they can give them the escape key and the go pass or whatever they keep giving these people, but that's the way they design the system, beloved, because for everyone they kill, they got 50 more waiting outside the gate to replace you, beloved, and that's on the real, okay? And that's on the real. You got to understand that. They don't need the sentence of slavery no more. They got some new people now. Okay? And they'll do their bidding unquestioned. Okay? They'll do their bidding unquestioned. And sit there and look at you and say stuff that's like ridiculous. But we already know. Blackface in high places and people that look like you and me. And every brother and every sister ain't a brother and a sister. You know that already. Okay? They have their agenda, but karma always catches up with them. Trust me on that, all right? So you go out there and enjoy the sun, enjoy your ones or your M's or whatever you get in and use universal health precautions, beloved. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not better than or less than somebody. I'm just gifted to know that I'm blessed beyond mad. That makes difference to people, beyond mad that make difference to people. You understand what I'm saying? Because if it don't make a difference to you, it makes a difference to me. It's going to be said whether we like it or not. And once it's said, then we can come to a solution. The betterment of all of us. I'm out.